Hello YouTube, here's a continuity tester I made. It does funky stuff, it flashes. It's almost like it had that feature in there where you turn them on and off. And it goes to SOS or flashing mode. And I painted that red in there. Well, it's clear. I have a picture of it clear, but stay tuned and I'll try to explain how I made it because I don't want to take it apart again because I haven't working. See when it touches down here, continuity tester? We'll be right back. Okay, this is one of them cheap flashlights. It had a little compass in it. Can you see it where I gutted it? That's where this hole was where I run the wire out. Get that glue off there. Well, all I did was I chopped the spring down so it wasn't so big around. Because what this was, there was a spring in there in the battery. You'll see it. Everything is magnetic. You got your batteries, right, your spring, and then when you screw this together, it would light up. Well, it was junk because you always had to have it almost halfway apart, falling apart for it to shut off. So what I did was I put the spring down in a piece of straw, put the wire in there and put a bunch of hot glue. So when you screw this on there, and I might not have a picture of it, that's flat aluminum or threads on like a bolt. So it can't never touch this. The spring would come back and touch this and ground it. Well, what I did was put this wire on there, right? So this wire comes back here and touches, it grounds. I think I explained it simple enough. I did put some hot glue there. Here it had a whistle in it, it had plastic, I ground that out. And I put some tape here so I wouldn't be touching this anything, besides what we want to. And just like the other day when I was working on that other 12-volt bulb tester, I just wanted something for continuity. And you go to your little cheap digital ohm meter and it's flickering and flashing the numbers. I just need something to let me know I had continuity. So that's all this is. You can take a big long piece of wire. So you had like this piece of wire running through somewhere in there. You just hook one end with, I need to find an alligator clip for the wire. And then you just touch this end. It lets you know this wire is good. And if your bulb was really dim, it'd make me wonder if this wire hadn't burnt one time and it's got a lot of resistance and it's not letting a lot of juice flow, then I would get out my own voltmeter. Okay? But just check simple things and make sure you got a connection. So, I need to find an alligator clip. I got a whole bag and can't find them. This is really cheap, like 24 gauge radio wire. That's really small. I decided to pick that because I'm going to wrap it around here when I store it. So, that's it. That's the best I can tell you how I made it. You can almost do this with any flashlight. You can almost take any flashlight, take the back switch out, and disconnect it so it cannot connect to the ground, and then just run your wire off there and run it back. When you touch it to the body, it lights up. So, you take almost any cheap flashlight and experiment with it. If you're used to doing this up. I taped over that and filled in where the whistle was. It's kind of bumped up, had some hot glue, like I said. Tell you not bumping that against anything. That's where your cheap little keychain went. So, we're out here. Thanks for watching. I hope you can figure out how I made it by what few pictures I have.